Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are going to draw Kungfu Panda today, which is a very famous popular character from DreamWorks. It's an animation firm. So I believe all of you all know who is Kungfu Panda. Now you can see that I have already did a quick sketch of Kung Fu Panda here. It's actually quite relatively easy to draw. I think the challenge will be in the coloring part here, because you can see that Kung Fu Panda is quite round, round and fat with a big belly, big tummy here. In any case here, again, I'm just going to do a very minor outline just to show the shape here, because most of the work will be done in coloring. So without much further ado, let's start off. Okay. First we have the head, which is a round head. Okay. So the head here is not very round, but I think it's quite slightly oval. Okay, we start from the left here. So we can see. So we have like a slightly dent here. Okay. For the ear part, I'm not going to draw the line to cover it, because I just want to show more in the coloring part later. Okay, so we just have a rough round head here. Right, your head don't have to be totally round, because you can see the expression is that it's not going to be a balanced expression here. Right, so that's the head here, and then we have the ears, which is just like two over. So it will be slightly smaller at the bottom, and bigger towards the top here. Right, we will color it later, and again the same goes for the other ear. Okay, you can see that they are about the same height here, so that is something that you should look out for. And you can see it's quite easy. The round head is done here. Next we have actually the arms, big fat arms here. So of course this is a martial art kung fu pose here. So this is his shoulder with the fat arm here. So we start from here. So it's towards like around the middle of the head, and then we start off with a slight curve. Okay, this will form his upper shoulder, and then we start to like change the angle a bit to form his arms, right? His upper arms. Then we curve back upwards here to form his lower arms. So it will be towards here. Right, so we have his arms here, and of course towards the end of his arms will be his palms. So the palms will be again lightly outlined, because we are doing much of the work in coloring later. Okay, that is a brief outline of his thumb, and a slightly curve. Okay, we are trying to show that his hand is curving. So curving, and his the other finger, and finally his right. Again, his last finger will also be curving downwards, curving inwards here. Curving inwards, and of course his hands. Okay, and we will join his hand to his arms, which is the upper part here. Okay, so you can see that when you draw his arms here, it's a natural curve that will end towards here. So, but we're not drawing this part. Okay, there will be a slight curve up, but we are doing it in color later. This part here will not be line because we are showing the coloring in. So that's his arms here. The other arm is has some like foreshortening because he's holding and is to behind his head here. So that will be slightly more difficult, but frankly speaking, it's just like, yeah, a rounded one. So we will show his the other arm that's extended, okay, right beside his head, and from there on we will just do a light curve. Right, that's the other one, and his hand will extend. So just two curved line. Okay, he's holding a stick here. Okay, the stick will be just a straight line. It's like bamboo stick here, and we are trying to show his fist. Okay, so this is fist here, but since it's being foreshortened, we can't see the whole of his fist here. So we'll just simply draw like a slight curve. So first we draw a line out and slightly bend in, and we'll curve outwards. And then we will just curve in. This is show that his fist is holding tight, and the other one is showing that his thumb is here. So just like something as a slight angle that you will see his fist here. So that will complete the two hands, and we are moving on to his fat belly, his body. So his body is even easier to draw because it's just a very big round circle here. There's fat here, so you can see that because he's bending his knees here, so part of his fat will be pushed upwards, so there'll be a slight dented angle in, slight curve in here, but majority of time is a big belly, so you can see it's rounded here. Okay, the other part of the body is being blocked by his arm, so we don't really see it, so we'll just draw one part here. So let's start. So we continue from his upper arm, and we move arm down. There's a curve here. Okay, and you can just imagine the line going down, and then it will join back here. Okay, and we reach towards his legs. So his fat here, some of the fat here we're going to show. Then we will curve in a bit, just slightly a bit, to show his fat. Okay, and also, yeah, the rest will be a big round circle. Right, so big round circle here. Of course, he's wearing a long pants, so you can see that we want to show that his belt here. Is whatever belt. So we'll just draw another slightly curve around his belly to show his belt. It will join back towards the middle, okay, because the other side is being blocked by his legs here, so we don't see it, but roughly it will join back, and we can see that it is. Try to make the middle, the distance even. Okay, so you can see it's like a moon shape here that it narrows towards the end, and it's broadest at the middle, and that of course completes his big belly. And now the final part comes with his legs here. So his position is such that, okay, one leg is extended and the other leg is bent. Okay, of course the bend here will be short leg, okay, but both are being joined by his pants here. So starting off with the easier part, okay, this is just a big round. You can see it's very round, fat and round knees. Okay, so we start from here, then we just draw a curve down, we want to show a different part of texture here. So as we draw down, okay, we're going to stop here, and then we will draw another so-called side curve, which is a slightly different angle. Okay, so that we are showing the different, because in the original picture, his pants is made out of different material. So we want to show that he is actually wearing different material. This is just something like cloth here, and therefore we will not complete the curve smoothly. This part here will be a curve here, okay, and it will join back to his long legs. Not very long legs anyway. Okay. Again, we don't want to show a straight line. Okay, this is to show because our muscle is not really straight, so it's that you can see the leg here. Okay, it'd be better that you can show like a curve. Okay, right, and that is his lower part of his leg here. He's wearing something. Okay, I think it's a slipper or something like that. Right, we will not do this part first because his slipper consists of his leg and also his slipper. So that will be completed using color. Okay, and this part here will be joined up. Again, you can see that his pants here is made out of slightly different material. So of course we will complete that with coloring later. And we again same thing. The other side we are not going to show his. Okay, this is his part of his pants, which is covering part of his leg. Okay, so and from there on, and the other part, this is showing his buttock, which is round, and of course is the rest of his leg here. So we start from here roughly. You can see it's not straight, so it's slightly angled up towards here. And we start from here because we want to show his bottom. So we move down, a curve here, and we start curve out a bit. And again, similarly, this part here will not be straight, it will be slightly rounded outwards. And curve in a bit, and getting smaller, narrower towards the end. Right, and that of course completes his full body. Okay, so you can see that the coloring part will of course be more better. Similarly, his face expression here, he has a actually very interesting expression, but I think it will be done better with the coloring rather than trying to ink out the line here. It doesn't really look so natural by doing inking here. So that more or less complete the inking part of Kungfu Panda. Of course, it's not the end yet because coming up will be the coloring part. I'm going to show you how to color everything, including the bamboo stick here with the face expression. Everything is completed here. So I hope you enjoy my lesson. Do join me for the coloring, which is next coming up. So I'll see you again. Bye.
Bye.